Here we are, day 4 at Sonic Temple Art and Music Fest, Columbus, Ohio, with your rock station, 99.7 The Blitz. Taylor Momsen, the Pretty Reckless. I got to tell you, first of all, thank you for taking time to come over to say hello.
Of course.
Your set, okay, now I'm starting to get all goosebumpy, was amazing.
Thank you.
I'm not kissing your ass. I'm here to tell you that was probably my favorite set so far of the entire 4 days.
Oh my goodness. Well, that high praise. Thank you so much. We had a lot of fun. That was a very fun show.
And you can tell. And I have to say this. So one of our other guys talked with Dorothy yesterday, and she said, if I could be like Taylor Momsen on stage, it would be really great because how you talk to the crowd and how you just own the stage, but you're so relatable and awesome. And
oh my God, that's so sweet. I know Dorothy. She's the sweetest person. You're too kind, Dorothy. You're too kind.
I was like, I got to make sure Taylor knows that that's what she said.
Oh, that's super cool.
Your band is amazing.
Thank you.
Oh my God, those guys are so great.
Thank you. You make me blush. They're all right.
Let me ask you about your guitar playing. Do you practice much? I mean, you're really freaking good.
Oh, thank you. I do. Well, so guitar playing to me I treat it more as a tool, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
Like I'm not trying to take solos anytime soon, but it's how I write songs. So I'm kind of playing consistently. Every day, all the time.
I understand that the Pretty Reckless is now the first female-fronted band to have 5 #1 songs. I
believe, I don't have my backup of my band here to validate this, but I believe it's 7.
Is it 7
Which is my
now?
lucky number, so I think it's 7 now. I think we've upped our own record, which is pretty crazy. Yeah.
Look, I totally stand corrected.
It's a little mind-blowing, and we couldn't do it without you guys, so rock radio is my favorite thing in the world.
I mean, the music on Death by Rock and Roll was so reflective of the years that have gone by. Talk to me a little bit about how you guys have sort of come through the difficult last couple years we've had and how it's affecting the music that you're doing moving forward.
It was a hard few years for us, and then it was a hard few years for everyone. It just kind of continued. And I think that now that we're kind of through that darkness a little bit, on our own personal note, losing a lot of people very quickly, very close to us, took us down, and writing the album, making the record was very therapeutic at the end of the day. It was something that was necessary. That was how I came out of it.
Yeah.
And then touring it and getting to go play and bring new life to the songs and letting the legacy of our loved ones, our lost loved ones, live on through the music and having that kind of, I don't know, that farewell or that feeling of I walk on stage every night to Cato's Footsteps he opens the song Death by Rock and Roll, that's him walking across the studio, and it's that's a very powerful feeling to me. Yeah. And then getting to see the fan response every night after night of that kind of anthemic thing was just so cathartic for me. And now it just all feels a little lighter. I think time is the key to everything and to healing, and everything feels a little lighter. We're in a great headspace. We're just having fun with it and wrapping up the tour cycle of Death by Rock and Roll with the last few shows. Foo Fighters tonight.
Yes!
We're going out with them in June, which I'm so stoked about. Yes. And then new record. And it's, next chapter, and we've already kind of started it, if I tease that. We've gotten into a studio. We've stepped foot into a studio. So that's saying something for us.
That covers a few things I was going to ask you about Foo Fighters. I saw that on your Instagram about how excited you were about that.
Yeah.
And then also new music. I was kind of curious what was coming down the pipe.
I don't know how long it's going to take. I have no dates for anyone or any more insight other than that, but we have walked into a studio and we are super, super excited.
So you've worked with, Kim Thale, you've worked with Matt Cameron, and, so many people. Who would you choose to maybe collaborate with if you had a chance to pick a couple different people? Your wish list.
I get asked that a lot, and it's so difficult to pick people because the honest response is that, well, there's 2 honest responses.
Okay.
The honest response is the song has to come first, and so without the song, you have nothing, and so a dream collaboration literally means nothing until I didn't ask Matt and Kim to play on our record until we had Only Love Can Save Me Now, and it was very fitting and Soundgarden-esque, and I was like, they will do this better than we will, and so that's when I called them.
Yeah.
But dream collaborations, I'm a huge Oasis fan. Liam and Noel are always on my bucket list. Huge Led Zeppelin fan. Jimmy Page, what's up? I'm Taylor, how's it going? There's a couple. So legends, the greats. I want to play with people that are better than I am. There you go.
And honestly, when you walk out on the stage, there was nobody better than you.
Oh my God, you're too kind. You're too kind.
I have to ask you, so everybody has kind of like a pre-show regimen. And when I was out there and I walked kind of around you, you were sort of pacing back and forth, kind of getting your focus on.
I probably looked crazy to you. I have slaves and bulldozers cranking in my in-ears. That's my pre-show regimen.
I got you.
Yeah.
You didn't look crazy. You looked like part of my tribe, really.
All right. Well, there you go. We're at a rock festival, ladies and gentlemen.
So I understand you're not a closet Beach Boys fan. You actually really love the Beach Boys.
Love the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
How can you not?
Talk to me about your love of that band.
Well, I grew up listening to the Beach Boys. I was very lucky to grow up in a household where my dad is the biggest rock and roll fan, and the role of rock and roll was very important. So it covered all bases, from Bob Dylan to the Beach Boys to Led Zeppelin to the Beatles to all the 90s greatness. I grew up infectiously hearing those songs, and I just did the tribute, which is why I'm assuming you're bringing this up. And it's very different. They're so complex, and so it was interesting learning the songs from an adult perspective and actually having to sing them and do them justice and not just sing along. It's a very big difference.
Yeah.
And when I got inside the song, like the amount of intricate melody and harmony and tricky little lyrics that sound really like very simple at first glance, when you delve into it, it's like, oh, that's actually really clever and more complicated than it sounds, and this is fucking great. I don't know if I can swear. This is amazing. So it was very fun to get to kind of delve into their world, which is very different from our world, but yet it all stems from rock and roll. It's all Chuck Berry. It's all back to the basics of of the blues and rock and roll.
As a fan of the music, you just hear it as it is. But otherwise, when you're a musician, you go, boy, that's deep. Like,
it's
that's
deep. There's layers to the Beach Boys, and that's my favorite kind of music. Is anything that has layers and levels to it, and it's like an onion, where the more you listen, the more you peel away, the better it gets. And I think that's the best stuff.
I'm going to ask you one last question,
Yeah.
and then I'll let you run. But what is one thing that most people don't know about you, Taylor Momsen?
Oh God, what's one thing most people don't know about me?
Best friend knows.
Best friend knows, right? I carry a stuffed animal in my pocket. I don't have any pockets right now, but I generally have a baby rat not too far away. Carry a stuffed animal. I'm an excellent swimmer.
You're an excellent swimmer.
I'm an excellent swimmer.
You have the body of a swimmer.
I don't swim when I'm in New York. I got to find a pool. But when I have a house in Maine, and when I'm up there, I swim for miles and miles in the ocean. And
it's good to know.
It's
all right.
That's
kind
of therapy.
Answer right there.
Yeah. So
please avoid
carry a stuffed animal, a sweets hoarder, and have a candy bag, and
these
and
are like
swim.
the best answers ever.
There you go. There's some random facts.
Right on. Well, I'm going to let you run. I just want to say thank you very much for some time, and we look forward to hearing the new music.
Thank you.
Good luck on the tour with Foos. It's going to be amazing.
I'm
Great show today.
I'm so excited. I'm going to watch them tonight, and I love those guys so much. So I'm glad it's finally happening.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Taylor Momsen, Pretty Reckless, just killed it on the Sonic Temple stage. Look for new music soon. Thank you.
Thank you.